So these teams both have. Imagine being on one of these teams right now. You would feel like you have something to prove at this point to bring it back from last week, and they're both in the same position, right? So somebody is gonna have to win this, and somebody's gonna obviously have to lose it. But you don't want it to be you, and you don't want to be the team that you know took L's last week and then took your first L today, right? Or maybe
Sure.
not first L, but you zero tolerance is doing all right so far. But Prime, this is the first we've seen of Prime. So
All right,
they're
we're
coming
on the
in cold.
first.
Oh,
We're on the first
sorry.
point right here on
We
Undergrowth.
started quick.
All right, so first point we've got right here. Prime is on it, soaking first. Young Sips has picked up the AK kill. Death Drone picked up the snipe. He's picked up 2. He got 1 on Kanik and 1 on Riho. And here we are. Zero Tolerance is taken over. And here we are. Prime is holding it right now. Trigger is on the point. Pointed at Trigger's gonna hold it down here. He's got that AK mastery, it sounds like, with that strange noise going on there. Okay, we have Shrike in the corner, gets taken out by Kanik on the AK. Kanik trying to hold it down, but Trigger takes him out there. Trigger on the point all by himself, gets back up from Riho and Frozen. All right, here we go. Prime holding this point down. They've got here we are on to the second point.
That first one was pretty good. They're pretty close on points right now. Prime in the lead, very slight lead, and they're accumulating more as we speak. Shrike coming in and takes it. All right, very nice work there by Shrike. Takes that Trigger and Frozen. Wait, hold on. Yep. And we've got Zero holding it right now. Little bit ahead, so they're doing all right. Prime making their way over. We've got Shrike got he's got 1600 points accumulated so far. It's pretty good. Okay, we got Cam trying to just see what's happening in the distance, heal up a bit. Frozen coming in, and Ryu and Trigger coming in with Kanik, doing well. We got Death Drone taking out Kanik there, and gets taken out by Trigger himself. And Shrike already on a 5 kill streak. Excellent work. We got 8 seconds left of this one. Shrike absolutely going on just a rampage right now. Excellent work. Let's see if he can continue it on the next point.
All right, we're headed down to the cave here. Prime's on the point first. Got a couple people regenning here. Trigger grabbed a kill as they were on their way in here. Grabbed a couple hit markers on himself here. Chem crashing in here, but it works. It works. He grabs that FAMAS kill on Frozen and another one right there on Rehao, and they're going to take it. Zero Tolerance is going to take this point. They've got 2 on it. They're going to start soaking. Trigger rushes in all by himself, gets killed. Frozen gets killed. Rehao gets killed. Young Sips 2 in a row. Strike grabs 1, 2. That's 3. These guys all have the point. They're dominating this cave point here. Zero Tolerance just, obviously showing it is zero tolerance for them. This is their point. Cam on that FAMAS. Death Drone on that sniper. Wow. Prime needs to really regroup, push in, and then stop just feeding 1 kill at a time, because that's what's happening right now. And Zero Tolerance is just making easy work of it. Let's head on to the next point there, Brownman. What do you think?
Double walls right now. Death Drone living up to that name. Okay, this is crazy. Very amazing point there from Death Drone. We got Young Sips and Shrike again back at it. Takes out Rehao and Frozen. We got Ken taking out Trigger. Zero in a reasonable lead. Nothing too crazy, but Prime a little bit behind. Needs to start bringing it back. We got 36 seconds left of this point and 8 minutes and 33 seconds left of this game. So we're still, nearly halfway. We're reaching that point pretty soon. Doing pretty well. Shrike just stacking that point right there. Stacking the points there with Young Sips and the rest of the team. We've got Trigger and Rehao coming in. They make it into the point. Well, Trigger gets taken out by Death Drone as well. That's crazy. Death Drone's doing very well. Young Sips got a 5 kill streak as well. We've got 11 seconds left. 18, about basically 2,000 to 1,000 is what we're going to be ending at in this point, most likely, roughly. But Prime gets it, takes the point, but they're kind of leaving it now because they need to go back to the next rotation.
All right, we're on the first point here. Zero Tolerance quickly. Chem in the corner here on that FAMAS. We got a lot of fighting in the backfield. Kanik picks up 2 on the Deagle. Chem sticks his head out, snags Frozen there. Shrike gets 1 on Kanik, but still Zero Tolerance keeping this point alive, all for themselves. Not just the point. This entire corner is theirs. They just picked up 1 in the tunnel. They're in the corner. They're over on the edge. Rehao comes in. Chem takes him out there, but Trigger does come in and clear the point. Shrike tries to take a swing at him, but it's okay because Frozen's right there, and Prime takes this point. They're 900 points behind, but with 20 seconds left, they are on the first point of this rotation. Nope. Zero Tolerance takes it back. 15 seconds left. They're going to control it again. And yeah, Zero Tolerance really taking Zero Tolerance to these pushes. Kanik in the corner over there gets quickly taken out, along with Frozen, Trigger, and Rehao. A whole team wipe just before the next point. With 1 second left, I'll hand it off to you, Brown Man, and let's see what they can do over here.
All right, we got 55 seconds still on this point right here. We got Young Sips taking out Kanik and takes the point with Shrike. Again, Shrike doing amazingly well so far. Biggest point lead in the game out of everybody so far. All right, Death Throne taking out Kanik. Kanik took out Young Sips before as well. We got Death Throne waiting in the tunnel-ish area in the little bit of the overpass, trying to take some people out, but gets taken out there by Trigger. We got 30 seconds left. Young Sips takes out Trigger. Shrike takes out Kanik, and Ryu takes out Shrike. This is pretty close right now in terms of just somewhat nobody really taking the point for long, but that's not great for Prime because they are behind. Zero Tolerance can deal with this situation right now as they are having the point lead, but Prime cannot really afford that. We've got 10 seconds left, but it's just a massacre out here. Nobody's really able to get to the point. Somebody needs to push through, but everyone's trying their best, but nobody's able to do it. The defense is pretty good right now, and we've got the next point coming up.
All right, we're in the cave. Prime starts it off here, but Frozen's taking some definite hits there. Young Sips takes him out quickly on that AK. Prime still holding on a little bit there, but Zero Tolerance has crashed it in. Shrike picks up 2, now 3. 1 on Kanik, 1 on Rehao, and 1 on Frozen. That's 3. That's a triple kill. Young Sips is in the background firing off with that AK towards the roundabout, but Kanik gets a kill. Kanik gets 2 kills, and Trigger gets the LMG to finish him off there. It looks like we've got, Prime still holding this point a little bit here. They're firing towards roundabout. It looks like Young Sips and Kem are coming down from that way, but Rehao picks one up. Kanik picks one up. Rehao on that SMG. Kanik on the AK. They're holding it down here. Prime is sticking in there. Rehao wall jumping onto that middle piece just to feed a kill to the other team. He was trying really hard, though. We've got Zero Tolerance back on this point. They're looking down at roundabout. We got Death Drone on the sniper looking down the other direction. Shrike picks up 2. 1 on Rehao, 1 on Kanik, but Trigger knocks him down with the LMG, and we're on to the next point.
All right, we got Frozen and we got Trigger waiting at the point. Taking people out. Rehao taking out Young Sips. Frozen and Trigger holding it pretty strong. The rest of the team comes in. Rehao regenning a little bit. Kanik going for that long distance kill. Doing all right, but nobody's dropping right now. Trigger not looking good. Shrike gets taken out by Frozen. Rehao takes out Kem and Young Sips. Very good job there. Kanik taking out Death Throne. So they're stacking right now. Prime looking good. This is they're looking Prime to, pun intended, even this one out a little bit. So that's great work. Stayed strong. Oh, okay. Now Zero Tolerance has taken the point back, but the point differential is relatively minor. It could go either way right now. We got 10 seconds left of this point. Rehao on a kill streak as well. Prime looking good. We got Zero Tolerance only a little bit behind, and they're probably going to be ditching this one anyway. But we got a couple of members of Prime just sticking back to get a few more last-minute points. But we should be coming back to the rotation.
Yeah, here we are. Prime is down here. They're ahead. They've really come back on this one. They just cleared this point, but Young Sips takes out Kanik, and it looks like Zero Tolerance is going to take this point. This last series, these last 4 points, excuse me, these last 3 points are the absolute game breakers here. It could go either way. It looks like Prime is going to get ahead on this one. So how we go from here and who rotates and starts where is really, really, really gonna make or break this series here. Prime is still on the point. We've got Frozen in the corner on that Rev. He's firing. He takes out Kem. Shrike comes in. He takes out Frozen. Rev on Rev action there. Young Sips in the back corner on that AK with Krem on the FAMAS. Both assault rifles trying to hold it down back there. Young Sips does. Death Drone just spawns back in. He heads up the tunnel with that sniper. Zero Tolerance going to hold this down for the last 2 seconds. Let's head on over to the next point.
As mentioned before, Shrike doing crazy work. He got a 5 kill streak just recently. Damn, Death Throne just literally dropped some sort of offensive strike just now. Did some crazy work. Gets Zero Tolerance back to the point. Kanik and Frozen trying to fight for it, but Kem going one-on-one with Frozen at the moment and takes the win there. Kem, very nice. And we've got Shrike and everyone's just everywhere right now. It's pretty tough, and got 30 seconds left with 2 more points after this one. Prime sitting pretty right now. Ryu and Shrike Shrike takes out Ryu. Young Sips takes out Trigger. Death Drone coming back, taking out Frozen. We got Zero Tolerance getting a few more points. We got some of the lads waiting there. Shrike comes in to help the mates. Trigger just gets taken out. Frozen as well. Young Sips doing pretty well. We got 9 seconds left of this point, and we got Shrike trying to come back and just skips forward and goes on to the next point while Young Sips accumulates just a little bit of extra points.
All right, down here in the cave, Prime is starting on it here. It's, imperative that they hold it right off the bat here. Frozen looks down, gets one on Young Sips, but Deathrun looks down, grabs Frozen and Canic back to back for a double kill here now. Zero Tolerance grabbing this point, closing the lead quickly. Canic trying to crash in, but Shrike shutting him down here. Rehau, Frozen coming in, getting shut down by Shrike, but, grabbing a kill on Chem on his way in there. Zero Tolerance still holding this point, but Trigger in the back corner clears it out. He grabs one on Young Sips. Canic grabs one on Chem, and Frozen grabs one on Death Drone to take this point for Prime. Prime holds the lead. They're 300 points ahead. 20 seconds left on this point. They can do this. Zero Tolerance takes over, though. Young Sips grabs two. He grabs one on Rehau and Frozen here. They take this. They're closing the lead. 180 points to go. This is close. 5 seconds left on this map. Who are we going to see rotate out first? Here we go. Over to you, Brown Man, for the last point on the series here.
This can go absolutely anywhere. I have no idea. Let's see who takes first blood in this new point. We got Trigger out in the distance trying to defend, but takes out Death Drone. Very nice. Rhea takes out Shrike. Everybody's just going 1 for 1 right now. Excellent work. Young Sips got 2 separate 5 kill streaks as well just recently. So we got Prime stacking pretty decently right now, but Zero Tolerance takes it back. When we got them Prime trying to make their way back. Young Sips on low health needs to recover, getting that right now. And Prime only about a 100 or 200 points ahead. Frozen taking out Death Drone, and Rhea taking out Chem. Young Sips taking out Ryu back again. And Zero Tolerance in the lead right now, or just about to be in the lead if they still sit where they are. We've got 17 seconds left. Okay, they're stacking pretty hard right now. Zero Tolerance doing well. Prime needs to make a crazy big push right now. There's only 70 points differential right now. 80 points. Zero Tolerance looking very good. I think it's just about to wrap up. It's ridiculously close, but with 3 seconds left, it doesn't look like Prime's going to be able to bring this one back.
Death Drone saved that. Death Drone saved that for his team. It was a one-on-one, right face to face. Death Drone clutches it and brings it home for Zero Tolerance. What a last point. That was crazy.
Wow.
That was so exciting sitting here. Death Drone really, really, really needs a shout out here. That, his sniper play was so good. His deagle play, class act. Great plays there, especially at the very end. Wow. So close the whole time. Wow, that was so close.